payment system in India, I believe in last 10 years, it has completely transformed. So when 10 years back we had only cash and check in hand to kind of make our payments. Today, I think what we, like whatever, like you think of anything, we have everything. So I think if we kind of recall how it kind of started, in 2001, 2002 somewhere we started RTGS and NEFT platform. It started, and that point in time, unfortunately, banks did not have core banking. So for any payment system, I think there are two legs has to be kind of connected, and state through processing has to be established. One is the settlement side, the back-end side, set up by RBI. Second is the bank side. See, like I remember we used to have SFMS, some kind of terminal in the branches. So there will be custom debit on the TBA side. Then a message will be formed on a SFMS terminal that will pass. Next day, we never know when it will come back. Again, somebody has to look at the kind of SFMS system to see whether a message of credit leg is lying. Then put it back onto the TBA. So I think we struggled a lot. I think I remember there are so many meetings for 2-3 years. So why this SFMS and NEFT RTGS was not picking up. Then when we rolled out core banking and it was made STP, straight through processing, I think it was just, I think we are seeing the kind of results. Today, every bank, DD is completely gone. We are thinking, we had a DD as a major business revenue. Everything is gone. So, with, I think, inception of NEFT RTGS, we saw the first revolution of our payment system. Then came our NFS system. NFS system that completely revolutionized our card usage. When after NPCI was set up and they brought all the members together and interoperability was made. So by that time, core banking was there. Every direct debit to any bank's account. So really, I think today we have just forgotten when used to have kind of that small ATM network and where we are today. So friends, like this on ATM itself, now every bank has put in their own kind of many utilities like payments. Like it is no more a kind of only cash out machine. Whether we have a tax payment, we have mobile top-ups. Even today, we have started kind of requesting, asking customer to put in their request for Aadhaar, setting request there. So I think then the NFS we saw. Then came, I think all credit goes to our NPCI, one after other, the back-end system they have been establishing. It comes the IMPS system. IMPS, initially it was thought of to kind of ride as a kind of back-end infrastructure from mobile. So there a lot of experimentations are done. Mr. Rastogi is here. Now we also might have taken IMPS to many other channels, whether it is ATM or our internet banking. So IMPS as a kind of backbone is quietly has picked up, and a lot of innovation has happened on IMPS. And the latest being is our DBT. So that being a platform, well, the payment from called P to A, like person to P to P. Now the latest is P to U. That is person to Aadhaar. Suppose from my account I know somebody's Aadhaar number, I can straight away send the payment through IMPS. So friends, like these are the I think I must say the rollout of this backend system has completely transformed our kind of payment industry. And with this, some of the front-end infrastructure which has really evolved is our mobile. Mobile. I think most of the banks, all the banks have rolled out mobile banking, where IMPS is a minimum factor there. And cash at POS also like prepaid card, open loop card. So this also as an industry it has grown a lot. The next which is coming is NFC. Okay, near field communication. It is some experimentations are going on. I'm sure with that, I think the transaction will be much faster. And today the relevant point today we are talking about the financial inclusion. Micro ATM is also like another mode of kind of payment which has enabled to achieve this financial inclusion whatever we achieve today. To start with the the smart card, now online debit. So because these are the basically some of the kind of channels I thought I'll share with you. With this, while the challenge, the best practices, this is what we need to find out is, we know in India the volumes are quite high. So while setting up, while we are doing experimentation, we should also keep in mind that it should be able to kind of handle the volumes. So we probably never imagined like, our ATM would clock so much of kind of volume. But today, I think in Union Bank of India, we do almost 10 to 11 lakhs of transactions per day. So similarly for FI, whatever experiment we have done, we have to ensure that the transactions are scalable. The infrastructure, whatever we have put in, those are also scalable. So those are the kind of practices. And the next best is, we have to see that end-to-end, we have now opened so many channels. We have to say that all the channels are integrated so that we get a completely single view of all the kind of transactions and also for the liquidity management. So this, from my side, I thought this is the next.